Alright, here we go then. We're now on 15th of September. I've been away for a fortnight. Let's have a look and see how things are going. I got a feeling, I've been out of the country, so it's been really hot for a fortnight and no rain. And looking at our poor old pot flowers here, it looks just like that. They're still looking okay, but they're a bit dry. Anyway, let's go on round and see what we got. The gooseberry bush has managed to survive, but our melons in the cold frame have had it. They've dried and they've gone all soggy, look. What a shame. But we did have plenty of melons on them. There's a few there that have survived, so we'll have a couple. Give me the chance now to dig that and really sort it all out. Let's go on round and have a look in our temporary, what was a temporary greenhouse. Oh, wow, that's doing good. Now I've got someone to water this for me and he's done a magnificent job. Everything is looking really good. Cool, look at them Scotch bonnets and them chilies up there, look. Excellent. So we've done well. So obviously the weather's been really kind. Let's move on to our greenhouse. The flowers outside, they've survived well enough, look. And there's a couple of self-setting tomatoes. They've got tomatoes on them. The Cape gooseberry, the outside Cape gooseberry, thinks it's grown in a foreign country. Look at the size of that. Let's go in the greenhouse. It's looking a bit sad. The chap watered this for me. Tomatoes are looking okay. He reckons we have red spider mites. We dusted with powder. I do like to be organic, but sometimes you've got no choice. And look at them lovely peppers. They've done really well. So, well done to Alex for watering my greenhouse. And the melons in here, the ones that have survived look good. The tomatoes are all gone, all finished, and there's some melons down there that went past ripe and now the woodlice are enjoying them. So, but otherwise it doesn't look too bad. I mean, I'm going to have to wash all this powder off for things and have a good old wash out. And then the Cape gooseberry I cut down to just a stalk, that's regrown and started to fill up. Oh well, let's go round the plot and see what we got. Right, our carrot bed, they're all going okay. There's no complaints there. And then our black currants and red currants, they're all finished of course, and I've thinned out the raspberry canes. Then we come on to the strawberries. Strawberries, they've sent out more runners since I left, and there's actually some strawberries, they're flowering, look, and there's actually some strawberries on them. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there next. Right, then we come, let's go over the back where we put our cauliflowers in. They've been eaten, looks like slugs or snails or something's attacked them. But the odd few beetroot that I put in late are coming on. So that seems like that's all survived well enough without the need of watering. And then we put in some tongue-in-cheek, oh no, what am I talking about? No, that was another row of carrots we did. A celery, it's growing mad, I'm going to have to get that wire off of the celery. Then those were the broad beans which I cut off. It looks like one's growing there. But that plot's ready for digging now anyway, ready for the garlic which will go soon. Then we had our salad plot here, look at that. That's unbelievable, that's a fortnight's growth on that. A fortnight of sunshine and no rain, and then there's the carrot bed. Right, let's move on to the grapevines. Well, it's looking like they're supposed to be wine grapes, but they're looking the size of dessert grapes. They look tremendous. I don't think I've got any worries with those. I'm going to do a test on those later, and then we'll be into winemaking. Superb. Well pleased with that. come on Ray, remember I gave the asparagus a little dusting of bloodfish and bone? It's put on an extra little bit of growth, look, a little bit of green. But there we go, it's good. Then come along, look at this, everything looks as though it's the spinach is huge. I always sow my spinach late so that it don't go to seed. The weather's played a trick on me, look, it's gone to seed. But never mind, I've got in here a fallback where I scattered seed from some leaf beet, and all I'll do is I'll just dig them and plant them out. The sprouts, which ain't really supposed to be sprouts until November, are huge already. Look at the size of those. They're only supposed to be the size of your thumb now, but they're not. They're blinking half the size of a tennis ball. Oh, I can always claim they're little cabbages. Right, parsnips are doing good. That late row of beans I sowed have all come up. Right, let's move on. Ain't making you too dizzy. Right, leeks are looking superb. Remember I had them covered so they wouldn't get rust. I don't think I can see any signs of rust, so they're looking good, despite the fact that the weather's been a bit too hot from. Ah, no, this is sad. Look, all the marrows, no, courgettes, they've almost given up. Looks like they've put on a new bit of growth, some of them. And the sweet corn, they look like they've dried, and there's a pumpkin there that's just a pumpkin and no sign of its foliage which put the pumpkin there in the first place. But never mind, I'll go and have a closer look at that later. Then move on to the squash, which I had sweet corn growing around. They never really come to much at all. I've got one there, then I've got a strange one. It looks like it's a cross between a squash and a pumpkin, and that's it really. The yellow courgettes, let's go closer. Now look at that, I haven't been here for a fortnight. No, they're not courgettes at all, they're blinking marrows. Look at the size of that thing. But there we go, I mean it's you know, you can't win them all, can you? But yeah, so my squash is all totally gone. I can only assume that they've all dried out so much that they just died off. But in the amongst there somewhere there may be more squash, but if not, oh, I'll swap some marrows or something with somebody. Then remember I had some tomatoes that had fleece around. Well, the fleece has got ripped to bits by wind. The tomatoes have done okay. We've got plenty of tomatoes on there, but the plants looks as though they've dried out at some time, or they've gone crispy. Oh, and we've got one outside pepper which looks like he's doing alright. So it's not all bad, is it? Then sweet corn. Now these beans are growing, and in there is the marrow plants. These beans were growing up around the sweet corn, but they're huge great beans. They'll probably be stringy. They may make soup. Well, we'll see. It's amazing. You can what a fortnight can do on a plot when you're not giving it attention. But there's plenty of marrows all dotted about. Not marrows, pumpkins. Plenty of pumpkins dotted about. Don't sure how many I've got yet, so I'll have to get in there and have a look. And sunflowers, they look like they've all finished. Okay, let's move on. I had a row of beetroot alongside of the yellow courgettes, and the beetroot, that one's huge, look. That's bigger than a tennis ball. And then I put a late row in here, and they've come on, and now I need to move the wire off them, look. It's amazing, a fortnight's growth. Then we come along, now we had that little late row of potatoes, and these are black grapes, and they are still looking superb. So they're going to do well, I think. Anyway, we'll find out. The apple tree, the apples are still on the apple tree over the back there. Remember our pond? Well, that's not filled up anymore since I did it a fortnight ago. And then we had, right at the back end here, we had them cherry tomatoes. Well, they've dried out, all the leaves are gone, but the tomatoes are still hanging there. and I had a couple of 8-side peppers. I might just be able to redeem them. I might pick them peppers off, and the plants look like they just need a water quick. And then I had some carrots growing in a tray here in a box, and they look alright, but they're looking like they're dying as well. And then our potatoes in bins at the back end, they seem to be surviving alright. So there we go then. There's the plot once again. Not all bad. Fortnight amazing. They say a lot can happen in a fortnight. It blinking can, especially on a plot. I've got some work to do, some weeding and some tidying up. See you next month. Bye.